Building Better Conference. Yo, what's good, y'all? I don't know if you're watching this on the live, on the replay, if you're in your bed, if you're in front of your kitchen, like what you doing, but my name is Cam and I'm happy to be here with y'all. So I know my man Seneca has a lineup full of powerful speakers, and y'all tuning into this session, I hope I can add some type of value. It's kind of funny because I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous before I hopped on here. So I was getting everything ready, making sure my sound was right, making sure like my edges are laid and all of that. And it started raining outside. And true story. It started raining, it started thundering, and I got a little nervous. I was thinking, if I do this talk, what if the background noise is crazy? Like it's thundering, it's lightning. And what if it just doesn't come across good, right? What if you can't hear me well? And then I thought about it a little more, and it just reminded me about what I'm going to talk about. At certain points in time, everything's going cool. Everything's flowing, you in your groove, and then the storm hits. Like everything is going fine. Everything is going cool, right? You're driving, you're cruising, and then a roadblock comes or you get in an accident and you feel like everything is just falling apart. What do you do when that happens? So today, I want to talk about mental health. I want to talk about mental health and mental health magic. So what mental health magic is, it stands for mindfulness, attitude, gratitude, inspiration, and circle of support. And when it comes to mental health, when it comes to dealing with things that are difficult, when it comes to dealing with things that don't normally happen, we got to have those tools to move forward, right? When the storm hits, when you chilling and everything feel like it's falling apart, what are we doing to get through that? Mental health is something that they didn't really talk about when I was younger. And I'm going to share some of my story and why I even came up with this, why I even think this is important, why it can apply to you. So when I start off, when I think of mindfulness, right? Let me take you back a little bit to where I was in 5th grade and everything was cool, right? My parents were together. I have 2 younger sisters. I was going to a private school. I was playing like all the sports, doing all the clubs. Everything was fine. And I came home one day. And when I came home, my parents just finished arguing. It was an everyday thing. Pops yelling at my mom, arguing, cussing, slamming doors, all of that. And I walk into my mom's room. My dad jetted out, left, and my mom was in her bedroom. So I walk in, I'm in 5th grade or so, and she's like crying. So I hop into bed with her. I always felt like I was the older brother, right? I'm the oldest child, I gotta protect my mom. Walk in and she's crying. I lay in the bed with her and I just hear her saying like, Cam, I messed up. Cam, I messed up. I'm like, it's okay. She's like, no, Cam, like everything's about to change. So at that point, I knew something was wrong. I didn't know what it was. Like I said, I'm in 5th grade. My mom's always been very transparent with me, but when you're that age, you can't really grasp everything, right? So fast forward, go to 6th grade, my mom gets fired from her job, starts to have some legal trouble, and had to move away for a bit. End up living with my dad, and me and my dad had kind of a rough relationship. So after a couple years, get to 8th grade, my mom comes back and my parents split up. So now I'm living with my mom and my 2 younger sisters. And it went very quickly from in 5th grade, everything's cool. Financially, we're stable. These different sports clubs. I'm playing soccer. I'm going to tennis camp. To now, I'm entering high school and my mom's making $10 an hour. I got 2 younger sisters. I feel like I'm the older brother. I feel like I got to do whatever I got to do so they ain't got to worry. So while I'm in there, entering high school, my parents still trying to figure things out. My pops comes over one day and we're trying to have like a family gathering. We're trying to essentially get rid of the tension, right? So we start talking about different topics, and my pops has always been an emotional dude. I love him to death, but he's always just allowed his emotions to get the best of him. And And during one of our talks, it was me, my two younger sisters, my pops just kind of snapped and his emotions got the best of him to the point he put his hands on my sister. So I didn't know how to react. We all ended up like grabbing him, getting him out the house. And at that point in time, that was the first time I realized the importance of mindfulness. Mindfulness is just being able to acknowledge your emotions without letting them control your reactions. I didn't know what that term meant, mindfulness, but as I got older, as I saw how my pops allowed his emotions to control his reactions, I realized there's a better way to do that. Like, I'm not going to act like I'm perfect. I've definitely snapped on some people. I've definitely allowed anger, depression, fear to take control of me. But the trick is, with mindfulness, you're acknowledging those emotions, right? Like, you're going to feel different emotions. That's fine. Everybody does it. Everybody feels it. It's going to happen. It's part of being human. But when it comes to mindfulness, when it comes to having that tool, it's being able to acknowledge those emotions and not let them control your reactions. Like, one of my sayings is, it's not what you feel, it's what you feed. Say it with me. It's not what you feel, it's what you feed. We're going to feel a lot of things. We're going to feel a lot of emotions. We're going to feel a lot of anger. We're going to feel a lot of tension. But what do we give our energy to? We're going to hear certain voices in our head saying, you can't do it. We're going to hear certain voices in our head saying, you're not good enough. We all had those feelings at times. Like I said, I was a little nervous before I even got on here. But am I going to feed that fear? Or am I going to feed that faith? Right? So it's not what you feel, it's what you feed. So the next letter in MAGIC is A. And A stands for attitude. When I think about attitude, it's just, what can I control in my situation? Where's my power? Right? We're all trying to protect our energy out here. And the only way you can do that is by having the right attitude. When I think about attitude, it's not just, super positivity and all of that, but it's internally addressing how we feel, right? And either we got to do that proactively or we got to do it reactively. We either got to be in front of having a good attitude, we got to get that positive momentum, or if it does stray, we got to figure out how to reel it back in, right? So when it comes to being proactive about having a positive attitude, when it comes to being proactive about protecting our energy and controlling the situation as much as we can, what I try to do is practice affirmations. So affirmations are just telling ourselves who we are, who we can be, and what value we bring to the situation. Let me say that again. Affirmations provide confidence. And that confidence is in who we are, who we know we are, what we know we can become, and the value that we know we bring. That's where confidence lies. Confidence is about self-love and self-empowerment. It's not about the validation of others. So in the morning, I look in the mirror and I say my affirmations to myself. I tell myself, I'm bright and I'm brilliant. I'm confident and I'm handsome. I can control and change my situation. And I'm built for this. I already know what I've been through. I know I'm built for whatever I'm about to go through. I know I'm built for whatever's about to come my way. Say it with me, I'm bright and I'm brilliant. I'm confident and I'm handsome. Or beautiful if you're a queen out here, right? I have control and can change my situation. And I'm built for this. When I think about our attitude and if we can't get in front of it, right? If something happens and we got to be reactive to it. I think about forgiveness, right? I think about other people trying to take our energy, other people altering our energy. And the best way to protect our energy, the best way to regain our energy is through forgiveness. Like I mentioned the story with my pops. And I want to make it clear, I love my pops to death. And the reason we were even able to have a relationship now, it's through forgiveness. A lot of times, things that happen, things that people do to you, has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. And that's when we show empathy. Some people have been through different trauma, Some people have been through difficult situations. Some people are just having a bad day and they may take that out on you. But we're all human. It happens to everybody. And instead of holding those feelings in, instead of letting someone else weigh you down, it's about having that empathy and saying, you know what? I forgive you. I can move on. It's not for you. It's not for them. It's for you. Forgiveness helps you out. So when I think about attitude, and we're thinking about being proactive and reactive to have a healthy attitude, affirmations and forgiveness. So we got mindfulness, we got attitude, and then we got gratitude. So one of my favorite speakers, he says that gratitude is when you turn what you have into enough. It's hard to be happy if you can't be content with what you already have. Let me break it down. So, like I said, 5th grade coming up, financial struggles, go through high school, financial struggles, finally get to college. And I have no idea what I want to major in. Everybody's like, Cam, what do you want to major in? What's your 5-year plan? All of this. My response was, I just want to get paid. Like, I don't care what I'm doing. I just want to have enough money so I'm happy. I don't know what that number is, but I want it to be more. Whatever I got now, I just want it to be more. So I ended up majoring in economics, getting my first corporate job, and within months, I'm making 3 times more money than my mom was making when I was in high school. Like, all these numbers are relative, but at this point in time, I'm making a lot of money. But I still wasn't happy. I get another promotion, feel good for a second, but I'm still not happy. I told myself, yo, I just need more. Yo, if I hit this number, then I'll be good. Hit that number. Hit my 6 digits. Still not happy. Go to work. Everything feels like it's falling apart. Get home. Everything feels like it's falling apart. And it got to the point to where I always wanted more. I was always looking at that next step. But I couldn't be thankful for what I currently had. I couldn't be thankful for my family. I couldn't be thankful for my friends. I couldn't sit in the moment and be thankful for my mental health. When COVID hit everybody, right? It forced us to be on a pause. Everyday things we took for granted. Going to class, seeing our friends, being able to hop on a flight to see our family. We couldn't do that anymore. And sometimes you got to hit rock bottom before you feel thankful for what you currently have. And my rock bottom was jail and a mental hospital. So I was living corporate America, living what looked like a dream life for everybody else. But I was hurting on the inside. There was trauma that I hadn't addressed yet. And eventually me not addressing that bubbled up into an attempted suicide. Ended up having to go to jail. I'm on suicide watch in jail. And eventually they transferred me to a mental hospital. And it wasn't until then to where I was on a forced pause. It's like you go in there, they take your phone, they take your freedom, and everything that you had is taken away from you. The simple things that I was taking for granted that I wasn't grateful for were now luxuries, yo. Like it was, yo, I just can't wait to go outside when I want to go outside. I can't wait to take a walk and look at these trees. And when that's taken away from you, sometimes that's the only way you can be grateful. And the reason I'm going to tell y'all this story is I never wanted to get there for y'all. Every day you wake up and you could be grateful just for life, man. You could be grateful for another day. You're grateful for everything you are, everything you've become, everything you've been through. All the pain you've been through, you made it through. You're here now. You're stronger for it. So being grateful in every situation and gratitude drives out that negativity. Let me say it again. Gratitude drives out that negativity. When it came to COVID and that hitting everybody, being in the crib saying, you know what? At least I have a family with me. I can't do this, I can't do that. At least I have a phone to hit up people with. At least I can talk virtually. And once we appreciate those things, our lives just elevate to another level. So we got mindfulness, we got attitude, we got gratitude. And then the next tool is inspiration. So when it comes to inspiration, it's a little different than motivation. So motivation can get you started. Inspiration keeps you going. And like I said, during my stay, once I got transferred to the mental hospital, it really hit me. Like, what am I doing, bro? Why did I start this? Why am I so unhappy? And I was so unhappy because I was chasing a bunch of things that didn't matter. When I think about inspiration, I think about finding your why, right? Like, why did you start and why should I keep going? If you're going to school, if you're stepping into college, if you're stepping into your career, it's like, yo, like, why did I start this? For me, when I was going younger, I think about all the hardships I went through. I think about the ups and the downs. I think about wanting to inspire people who are going through that similar situation, right? I thought about a mission statement that I created when I was younger. Something that drove me was my compass, but I forgot about. And my mission statement was to empower marginalized individuals to pursue opportunities that they don't see are attainable. The reason I wanted to go to college, the reason I wanted to step into finance, originally started with wanting to help my people, wanting to help people who struggle, wanting to be an example, wanting to pay it forward, because I got a certain opportunity that a lot of people don't get. But along that way, all those values I had, the values that I had to help people, the values that I had to serve people, I wasn't living by those values. I had a vision that didn't connect with the original values that I assessed before. And when it comes to values, when it comes to inspiration, when it comes to those tying together, like, your values dictate your decisions. Your decisions form your process. Your process guides your journey, and your journey leads you to that vision. So when I think about my values and I think about my inspiration, when those don't align, when somewhere along the way I forgot why I started, that's what can make you fall off the path. When I think about it, and you think about your inspiration, ask yourself, who am I called to impact? Who am I called to serve? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Who do I want to help? I was using my gifts for all the wrong reasons. I was using my gifts just to make money and flex, to be real. But it took me almost losing everything to realize, yo, what have I done while I'm here? Who have I helped impact while I'm here? Who am I meant to serve? And moving forward, once I get out the situation, that's how I'm living my life. I'm living my life to make the most impact. I'm living my life to touch lives. One of my mentors, you can have impact and income at the same time. He tells us that. And that's true, whatever you're trying to do. So, we got mindfulness, we got attitude, we got gratitude, we got inspiration, tapping into that inspiration. And then the last one is circle of support. So, I don't know if y'all are basketball fans or not, but I played ball in college, right? Played in high school, college, and one of my favorite players is Steph Curry. I don't know how you feel about it, but I rock with Steph. And during the 2016, I think, NBA Finals, one of their mottos were strength in numbers. And when I saw them play, it's like they got this one cat running around. He's super skinny, he can shoot. But without a team around him, Steph ain't really gonna do much. Like, the team can't win unless you got a good circle. There's strength in numbers when it comes to supporting ourselves. There's strength in numbers when it comes to not only relying on our own strength, but being able to lean on other people, right? That's important when it comes to mental health. They say that there is a safety in a multitude of counsel, right? That means seeking out those mentors, seeking out people who can build a strong circle, so when you're feeling a certain way, you can lean on them. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man, like, I used to have trust issues. Certain things in my life used to cause me to be almost paranoid when it came to people, right? I'm crazy introverted at the core, so me even stepping out to have a conversation, I gotta know, yo, this is gonna pay off. And there were times to where I would think I could isolate. I would think I can just handle things by myself. I would keep everything in. And it would get overwhelming. I would have conversations with myself. I would lie to myself and say, yo, Cam, you good? You cool? But in reality, I needed to take a step out and reach out to somebody, right? I had people around me who loved me, but I wasn't giving effort in to even tell them that I needed their help. When it comes to shame, right? A lot of times we feel that other people aren't going through what we're going through. We feel like other people can't understand. It was crazy because once I got out, right? Like I said, I went to jail, went to a mental hospital, was there. I got out and I had to go right back to work. I went to work. I was gone for days. People wondering what I did, but I wasn't telling nobody, right? Like, you ain't telling nobody after you go there. I'm walking around and I just have this like shame. Like, I feel like I'm the only one. So about a week later, end up going out with some friends, going to this wing spot. And I look across the room and I see this cat. I'm like, yo, he looks mad familiar. I finally make eye contact. And the cat was someone I got cool with when I was in the mental hospital. We walk up, we dap each other up. People asking where we know each other from. We're like, yo, don't worry about it. But it was crazy because I'm thinking, yo, nobody else here has been through what I've been through. But I see a dude who is right next to me in my darkest time. 3 days later, I go to the movies, right? I forgot what movie I was seeing. I'm in line. Line's getting shorter. Get to the front of the line. Make eye contact with the dude who's at the ticket booth. He was my roommate when I was in there. Me and him are shocked. Can barely even do the ticket exchange because we're both like, yo, I never thought that someone else was going through what I was going through. And at that point in time, I realized, yo, there's no shame that needs to hold us down. Everybody has problems. Everybody has issues. Everybody has a story. Everybody's been through things. Everybody has crazy thoughts. But it's about finding those people around you who you can share those with. It's about trusting that your true friends aren't going to judge you for what you're going through. So if you're going to your friends and they're like, yo, bro, you crazy. Yo, bro, like, I can't be there. Maybe you got to reevaluate your circle. But that circle of support, having those people around you, whether it's counselors, whether it's therapy, whether it's your parents, whether it's mentors, that's how you succeed, right? Relying on the other people's strengths. So, mental health magic. We got mindfulness, we got attitude, we got gratitude, we got inspiration, and we got circle of support. And as we come to a close, I think about one of my favorite quotes, right? I don't know, y'all probably know it already. It's in one of my favorite movies, Coach Carter. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. And the reason I rock with that quote, it's fear is something that is going to happen. Like I said, I was scared before I even got on here because of whatever was going on. But what are we going to do when that fear comes, right? It's not what we feel. It's what we feed. And when it comes to being powerful beyond measure, when it comes to releasing that light, like my boy Seneca says, turn on that light. I think about, yo, what tools do we have? And when we have that tools, we pull out that magic, and then you'll be unstoppable. So I want to thank y'all for today, man. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of the speakers. And just want to say, yo, much love. I love you. If nobody told you today, my name is Cam Phillips, and that's my time.